Hi guys, today the most important chapter, that is circular motion. This is my first class and this is part of kinematics part 2. This is the most important chapter. At least 2 to 3 questions were asked every year in the NEET questions and as well as in JEE questions. So this is the basics of everything. If you know this chapter thoroughly, you can answer the question regarding work energy power, system body rotation, rotational dynamics. Very important chapter, and this concept is keep on repeating in your class 12 topic also in a magnetism unit. So please concentrate. Very important chapter. It's mainly consists of 3 parts. That's first part, uniform circular motion, and second thing, non-uniform circular motion, and the third thing, a vertical circular motion. These 3 topics were made in the topic of circular motion, and most importantly, this vertical circular motion, the problems regarding work energy theorem, and mostly asked in this area. I will make you to all these topics to be very clear, and problems also will be discussed, and important formulas are also discussed. Okay, let's get into chapter. Let's see what is circular motion. What's a circular motion? The object to be continued in a circular path. An object seems to be continued in a circular path, and there must be some force that's called pulling force towards the center. For example, whatever the object which continues to be in a circular path, it's said to be as a circular motion. In this case, something has to be there to make this object to be in a circular motion. What's that? That's some inward pulling force, the force that's going to act upon on the center. Okay, let's keep on applying to make this object to be in a circular motion. What's that? That is known as centrifugal force. What's that? Centrifugal force. Okay, இப்போ centrifugal forceனா என்னன்னு பார்க்கலாம். லெட்ஸ் டேக் an எக்ஸாம்பிள். மார்வல் ஸ்டுடியோஸ் நிறைய பேர் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க, வீடியோ இது படம் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. அதில் அவெஞ்சர்ஸ் நம்ம கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்போம். ஓகே, ஹூ சேவ்டு தி வேர்ல்ட்? த காமன்லி வி கேன் கால் இட் அஸ் அவெஞ்சர்ஸ். பட் ஒவ்வொரு சுச்சுவேஷன்லேயும் ஒவ்வொரு ஹீரோஸ் வந்து காப்பாற்றிருப்பாங்க. ஆனால் காமனாக என்ன சொல்கிறோம்? அவெஞ்சர்ஸ்ன்னு சொல்கிறோம். சேம் லைக் தட், the centrifugal force is a common like that of Avengers. Okay, but it may be vary from one case to another case. For example, let's see what are the types or what are the cases of circular motion. Let's see first. You often hear the roller coaster. Yeah, this was roller coaster. This should be, the person should be moved in this motion. This is a case 1. That's case 2. Suppose a man, one hand is tied up with a stone and another end of the rope is with his hand. It's just rotating. It seems to be in a circular path. This is the case 2. Now let's see the case 3. The planets are revolving around the sun. Suppose you assume that this is the sun and the planets are revolving around the sun. It's also said to be as a circular motion. A case 4, the last case. The electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Everyone had a basic idea in your chemistry that electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Suppose assume that this is the electron and this is the nucleus. Electrons are revolving. These all are examples of the circular motion. Now let's see some deep conceptual knowledge. Here, in all these cases, there must some centrifugal force going to act. But the force must not be same in each and every case. It may be different. For example, in the first case, that the roller coaster, the object to be continued in the motion. At different time interval, the object to be placed at different position. I just make it. Okay. Now here there must act some centrifugal force, that's the inward pulling force going to act towards the center. The force that going to act upon towards the center is known as centrifugal force. In this case, what's the force going to act? That is a normal force going to act up here as a centrifugal force. For the case 2, what's in this case? An object, it's when a person has a rope where one end is with his hand and another end is tied up with stone or anything else, and he is going to rotating. Here the tension force, what's that? Tension force going to act up as centrifugal force. So these forces makes these object to be continued in a circular path. Okay, now we can go to case 3. What's the case 3? This is sun. What's the force going to act up? That's gravitational force. What's that? A planet that's going to be act up toward the center. What's the force called? Gravitational force. Okay. At the case 4, when an electron revolves around the nucleus, what's the force that acts as a centrifugal force? That's electrostatic force. What's that? Electrostatic force. This is the basic idea about this chapter. Now you came to the conclusion that, what's that? The object when revolves around a circular path, it's said to be a circular motion, and there should be some force needed to continue the object in a circular motion. That force is referred to as centrifugal force and differ from each and every cases that we see in these examples. Okay, now get into the topic. It's that uniform circular motion, that's the most important. I will give a clear idea regarding this. What is uniform circular motion? I just draw a diagram, a basic diagram. Okay. Now this must be a centrifugal force acting toward the center, and there may be any force going to act. There must be an acceleration, that's known as centripetal acceleration. I mentioned AC. And the object must be continued with some velocity or speed. Yeah, speed is a scalar quantity and velocity is a vector quantity. In this case, in a uniform circular motion, you should have some ideas. What is the difference between the speed and velocity? Basically, you should have some idea about the vector and scalar quantity that I have discussed here. What is scalar and vector? The scalar has only magnitude and it does not contain any direction. Suppose it's an example, it's a speed. Suppose the object to be continued in with some speed, that's v. Okay, it do not contain any direction. It simply says the object is moving at a speed 60 km/h. It says only the magnitude of how far it moves. how fast it moves. Sorry, that's how fast it moves. That's all. That's a scalar quantity. That's what's a vector quantity. It tells about the magnitude as well as direction. Suppose the object to be continued in this path. At this point, it has some direction. What's the direction? In this direction, it tells about both direction as well as what the speed at 2 meter per second. I mentioned this as a vector. This moves in this direction at 2 meter per second. That's said to be as a vector. Now we get the clear idea about the what's the scalar and what's the vector. Now we get into the circular motion. In this case, in uniform circular motion, what's that? The speed always remains constant. That's a main important point. What's that? Speed always remains constant. Now you have the clear idea about what the speed and the velocity. The speed is a scalar quantity and velocity is a vector quantity. But the velocity may be changes. Velocity may be changes. Why it changes? In this case, it may be moves with the constant speed. That means the 2 meter per second, for example, it moves 2 meter per second throughout its circular motion. But the direction may be changes. You may see here. How? In different cases, it may exhibit some different direction. Okay. So the velocity definitely changes. Why it changes? Because its direction is changes. Because a velocity is a vector quantity, it has both magnitude and direction. Here direction changes, so velocity definitely changes. But the speed never changes, it always remains constant. Okay. Now we came to the conclusion in the uniform circular motion. The scalar quantity always remains to be constant and vector often changes. From this point, what changes I can make? So the centripetal acceleration also changes. Why? It's also an vector quantity. Or centripetal acceleration, the acceleration which acts towards the center is known as centripetal acceleration. In this point and this point, in every point there acts some centripetal acceleration that helps to continue the object in towards a circular motion. What are other? Momentum. Yeah, momentum is also an vector quantity. It also changes. At last, a kinetic energy. The kinetic energy is always remains constant. It's conserved in the system. The kinetic energy is conserved, and this is a scalar quantity. So hence the scalar quantity that all remains constant. Okay. Now we have some clear idea about what's the uniform circular motion. The uniform circular motion refers to the first that it moves with a constant speed, the velocity changes, acceleration changes, momentum changes, kinetic energy remains constant. These are the basic properties it must have that we can conclude that an object continues in a uniform circular motion. Okay guys, next can move to the parameters of circular motion. What are the parameters of the circular motion? Once I am saying this is the most important chapter, this is a basic. If you want to have a clear idea about this, then only you can answer the NEET and JEE questions regarding system particle rotation, rotational dynamics and other chapters. Simple thing. First is angular displacement. Yeah, this unusual word, unusual. Just you can think. Commonly, we mention S as a displacement and U as an initial velocity, V as a final velocity, A as an acceleration. This is a common thing. A motion in a plane or a motion in a straight line, these were the common units we are using. It's very often from 9th standard we have discussing the same units. As like that, in the circular motion, we have given, the scientists have given the different symbols and names to differentiate the motion. In this case, this is theta is referred to be as angular displacement. That is similar to the S. And next, the omega naught, that is referred to as angular velocity, in angular initial velocity, and omega, that we refer to as a final velocity. And acceleration, here alpha, is referred to be as angular acceleration. Okay, these are the common parameters we're going to discuss. You already know that a velocity change in displacement with respect to time is referred to be as velocity. Everyone knows that. And change in velocity with respect to time is referred to as acceleration. Same as like that, a parameter in circular motion. What's that? The change in angular displacement with respect to time is referred to as angular velocity. And change in angular velocity is referred to as angular acceleration. Okay, these are the main thing. We got it right? Let's move forward. These are the common parameters we're going to discuss here. You should have the clear idea about it. What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? This angular displacement, angular velocity, and angular acceleration. Now, in this uniform circular motion, what happens to these parameters? Let's discuss. In uniform circular motion, what happens? I'm going to say that there exists some angular frequency, angular displacement. Uniform circular motion, there exists some angular displacement. The displacement may be changes from this, in this time interval it may be theta 1, and this time interval this may be theta 2, it may be changes. It may be the constant one, it may often changes. So there must be an angular velocity because there is a change in angular displacement. So the angular velocity may be experienced. Now there's some common formula to relate the speed of motion in a plane and motion, circular motion. Okay, what's that formula? There are two formulas. I'm going to relate the speed and angular velocity. What's that formula? V equal to omega into r. R is the radius, omega is angular velocity. Most important formula. And acceleration is equal to alpha into r. So simple these formulas were. Very simple. Alpha, the acceleration is equal to angular acceleration into r. Same thing. Just going to the formulas relating the circular motion and normal straight line motion. So in the uniform circular motion, whether they accept some angular acceleration, from this first relation, this I said to be the first relation, v equal to omega into r. In uniform circular motion, you already know that the velocity remains to be an constant one. Hence, the radius also must be the constant one. Hence, the angular velocity also seems to be constant. Everywhere, at any point, the angular velocity also seems to be constant in uniform circular motion. When the omega, that's angular velocity, is constant, we already know that it's a formula, that's angular acceleration is equal to d omega by dt. When this is said to be constant, what happens? When a constant is differentiated, it must be 0. Then what happens to this angular acceleration? 0. Okay, this is the final conclusion, that it must have the angular acceleration is said to be as 0 for the uniform circular motion. You got a clear idea? I think so. Then it is said to be as 0. What happens to the acceleration? What's happened? When this is 0, then automatically acceleration would be 0. You must not confuse with that this acceleration and centripetal acceleration. This is referred to be as, and in this case, this is said to be a centripetal action. It must be have, because there is a centripetal force, so there must have an centripetal acceleration. But what changes? Here it has some velocity, but it do not have any tangential acceleration. That's the important point. It may have velocity, but it do not have any acceleration. You got it right? That's all. That's it. The uniform circular motion. The topic is entirely over. Now let's move on to what's the topic? Some equation of motion in a circular motion. Equation is simple, that we commonly discuss in your class 9th and 11th. What's the equation? General motion straight line equation. What are the equations are we often uses? V equal to u plus at, s equal to ut plus half of at square, v square minus u square equal to 2as. Same I am going to relate with the circular motion. What we use? Angular velocity equal to omega naught plus alpha into t. Simple. You know this formula, you know these parameters, simply change that. We change the parameter, the formula does not change. Same formula, only the parameters changes. Here the angular displacement equal to omega naught into t plus half of alpha into t square. Now what's the third? Omega square equal to omega naught square plus 2 into 5 into theta. Same formula, same thing. The problems may be asked in this. Very important. Most of the problems may be asked. There may in the question they may be given that that the object is rotating with the initial angular velocity. After sometimes it may have some this angular velocity, and this within this time, what's that angular acceleration? So this solved with first formula. Same like that, as like how we solve in the equation of motion in motion a straight line, same as like in the circular motion.